Welcome to the Wally Show Aftercast, all the stuff we did not get to during the course of the show today. And it's always great when poddies, loyal poddies, swing by and say hi. And that is the case with Rusty and Jillian today. Jillian, how old are you?
I'm 11.
11 years old. How long have you listened to the podcast?
I started listening to it like the beginning of the year.
Okay, so now, Dad, did she have to wait a few years for the Aftercast, or did you just No,
I let her watch it. Yep.
You're good. Okay, so.
Yep.
Oh, good. I don't think there's anything bad on here. We talk about real life stuff, but I don't think there's nothing I wouldn't have my daughter at 11 listen to either, and because she grew up listening to Way FM. So, Jillian, what are you in town for?
For a tractor pull.
Atta girl. There you go. That's what I like.
Pull.
Betty, have you ever been to a tractor pull?
Yes.
I knew that was going to be the case. Gavin?
What's a tractor pull?
Attaboy. Yeah, Jillian, explain a tractor pull to people that don't know.
So it's basically I don't know how that kind of is.
She started just going with this. So we actually have done this for 19 years. We film polls for a TV network.
Nice.
And so we live stream them. And so this is her first year. She's actually working in the trailer with us.
Oh, cool.
And so she's doing distances and live streaming. So
very good.
So yeah, tractor pull it's pretty interesting. It's not what you would think.
Some of these tractors are super souped up, like 4 or 5 engines on them. And so their goal is, if you don't know what a tractor pull is, the goal is to take a sled behind a tractor, pull it, and as you pull it, a weight is moving forward to make it harder and harder to pull, and they go until they can pull no more, correct?
Yes.
And then everyone in the crowd goes, yeehaw! And they go nuts.
That's about right.
Yeah.
It's not the money they're spending on these vehicles is crazy to me, but hey, it keeps us busy, gives us a job.
Oh, absolutely. That's no problem at all. And what's your favorite food at one of these kind of things?
Well, we don't really we have a big motorhome we travel in,
Yeah.
so we actually have our own food, so we don't have to. But there's nothing like a good food truck. So.
There you go. A funnel cake, Jillian. You got to get a funnel cake, please. Tell me you're going to get a funnel cake. Tell your dad you're not going to work unless you get a funnel cake. You're
her big thing is now Cowtails is a sponsor.
Okay.
So they travel around. So she always goes away with, I think we had, 12 pounds of Cowtails
Yeah.
we got.
Oh,
last time.
nice. Okay.
So, yeah,
all right. Well, there you
Gets
go.
her fill of Cowtails.
That's not a bad
And
take.
that's not an actual cowtail, guys.
Yeah.
If you're thinking. You're
Gavin
thinking,
thought
oh
it
my
was,
gosh,
yeah.
They're
What is
actually
it?
eating cowtails.
So it's basically like a caramel, and it has vanilla cream in the middle.
So good.
They make all different flavors. Like
Call
they
it
make,
something like that then.
Yeah, they make like honey bun, strawberry shortcake.
There's
like
nothing better
brownies.
than tractor pull food, and they fry everything. It's
yeah.
so good. So that's fun. I always like meeting people that have interesting jobs, because like people will meet us and they'll go, "Oh, that's interesting. You work on the radio," and they curious what it is. And so like I've never met anyone that travels around to tractor pulls and videos them. So that is a first for me, and greatly appreciate it. It's so nice to meet you guys. I appreciate you guys coming in. We're gonna jump in here and keep going with a little Aftercast here.
Y'all are good.
They're here traveling and kind of on Jillian's summer vacation. For me, I love taking cruises. Like I'm a big fan of cruises, and I saw this couple on the news today kind of whining about like getting left behind on a cruise. And it was like on Good Morning America. And what's the cruise line going to do for us? And I've always had very little compassion for people that don't make it back to the cruise ship. Because when you go on a cruise, you get off the ship and you go experience the culture. It's great. You book what's called excursions. And so they tell you so many times, be back at this time. And there's always people that miss that time. The ship leaves and then they get really mad at the ship. The ship's on a schedule. It can't wait for you. It goes. And so this family, I thought it was another one of those stories. I'm like, oh, gee, come on, here we go. But their story is a little bit different. They actually booked the excursion through the cruise, which is the smartest thing to do. Because theoretically, if you book it through the cruise and they leave you or there's a problem, it's the cruise line's fault. It's on them. Mm-hmm. If you book it yourself, then it's on you. So they did everything right, but the excursion company did not get them back to the ship in time. And so they tried everything. I wouldn't even know what to do. Like I would be like, well, we got to call the cruise company and figure it out. And where's that number? Like I would miss so much time.
So what
doing
did
that.
this couple do?
Well, they called the cruise company, let them know what happened. The cruise company's like, oh, we're so sorry. But these people still had to get home back to Oklahoma. They were in Alaska in Ketchikan. And so they had to get home by themselves. And they also missed a stop because of that in Canada. So there was the whole family and the grandmother and stuff. And so they were going back. They said they figured it cost them about $21,000 to get home from this mistake. So they have airfare for everybody, had to book. Then they had $9,000 in custom fees because they missed that stop in Canada. I never knew that was a thing.
Yeah,
like
that's
usually,
interesting.
if I could miss Canada anytime, I would take it.
Because you'd think that they were left in an American town,
Right.
per se. So you would think that there'd be
Shouldn't be a big deal.
a way from get to America to America.
Right. Or join them in the next. Usually what
Alaskan
happens.
port.
Yeah. Usually what happens is you miss a stop, and then you have to fly on your own dime to the next port, and then you catch up with the cruise and you go on. But for whatever reason, I don't know why they couldn't. But they did say that the cruise line is working to help them out and a possible discount on a future cruise. Like, nah.
Well, they learned their lesson the hard way.
Yeah, I guess so. But I'm always the first to judge that. But they did everything right, and they still got hosed. So I hope they get it worked out. But is it going to keep me from doing a cruise?
No.
Absolutely not. Mm-hmm. I love cruises. I have a friend that's going on one. This leaves Friday, and I'm like jealous. I'm like, oh, I love it. Mm-hmm. And you did Alaska cruise, and you liked that. Mm-hmm. Would you go to a cruise anywhere else, Rock? Like, or do you just like Alaska? Would you do like a Caribbean cruise?
A little tropical.
Maybe if it was a good deal, but I'm not really a beachy person. I'm more of a mountain person. So if given the chance to go to Alaska again, yes, for sure, I would take it in a heartbeat.
When you do a cruise like to any of the Caribbean, it's all the same, honestly. Like after you've done it once and you go, well, this time we're going to St. Thomas instead of St. Mark. It's the same, you know. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I don't have any desire to do those. I started doing like Mediterranean cruises because you can get really good deals on them. Your trick is finding the airfare to get over there. You get the airfare cheap to get over there, your cruise is less in the Med than it is here a lot of times. So that's a good travel tip for you here on Travel Tip Friday. So Lady Rock, what do you got?
Some sad news for the younger generation. I hate that social media has made it where your looks matter so much, and filters as well have not helped at all. But there is a new trend that's going on, mainly with the boys. They're wanting to have a stronger jawline. So there are companies that are selling strong, extra hard chewing gum with the promise that it will give them a stronger jawline, a sculpted jawline.
There's no way. Like, there's no way.
I don't know. It's just sad because there's a lot of kids that are falling for it. So there are brands like Stronger Gum, Jawco, and Jawliner. And Stronger Gum, they claim this product can sculpt customers' jawlines within 2 weeks.
How can you claim that?
Jawco, they have different brands. They have different flavors. One called Muscle Mango and Jacked Watermelon.
That's funny.
And then Jawliner, their product, they call it Facial Fitness Chewing Gum. And even though every pouch of gum cost $26.
What?
They sold more than 1 million of them.
No, they did not.
Yes, they did. The typical age range they've seen in their customers is between 18 and 25.
This is where you're right about it being sad, because here's the thing. I would love to have a sculpted jawline. If I had a Ryan Seacrest jaw or a John Cena jaw or even a Tom Cruise jaw, I'd be really happy with that. But it's like, that's not how the Lord blessed me. The Lord blessed me with like a bit of an overbite and a couple chins. Like I know my jaw structure is what it is, but you look at younger people and they don't think that, or they want to aspire to something looks wise that just isn't in the cards for
they're
them.
very susceptible and they're insecure.
But are we for sure, like, are you guys so confident that working out your jaw muscle like wouldn't impact the shape of your face a little bit?
Maybe a smidge,
glad
but
you
not
asked that.
move it forward.
Because it is a muscle, like, that you could slender out. Because if I could slender out some of the chubbier parts of my
But you
face.
can't push your jaw forward. That's the thing. Like there's a bite plate that people would use like to sleep with at night, kind of like training braces, you know, that would move your jaw forward so that you would kind of like, if you've got like an underbite, so that it would move your jaw forward with the hopes of giving you that stronger forward jawline. But that doesn't work either.
Well, there's a spokeswoman for one of these gum brands, and she said the brand encourages customers to, quote, train every other day for no more than 10 minutes to prevent injury, because there are cosmetic dentists that are seeing patients with jaw pain or damaged fillings.
Yes.
And so one dentist said you would have to chew gum for 8 hours a day for years to get the effect you're looking for.
Yep.
So the risks definitely outweigh the benefits.
And usually, I mean, like the government's usually really good at false claims, and you've got to go through testing before you do this. The fact that this is somehow snuck through and again is geared towards susceptible people and younger people, I think is like a real big misstep in this. You know, like it's sad to me. But we all at some level are not happy with something about ourselves. I mean, look at me. I'm dieting right now because I didn't like the way that my shirts fit, or I didn't like the way that I saw myself when I walked by a mirror, you know.
You grow a beard because you don't like how you look without one.
I hadn't brought that up, but thank you. Thank you for bringing that up.
But you talked about it before in the past.
I know. I love how we talk about me and my problems, but we never talk about you.
You put yourself in the bullseye. What?
I didn't put myself in the bullseye.
Yes, you did.
I was sharing my story.
Okay, I'll be quiet.
Okay. What would you change about you?
About Wally?
No, not about me. Stop it, Gavin.
No, I don't want to say.
What about you?
No, I don't want to say because you'll just bring it up later.
Oh, see, look at that. Like, yeah, okay, I see how this works. It's we got weekend plans coming up and what you call it? Birthdays.
Yes.
What do you got?
We got a couple of birthdays. Megan, she had one for her dad. Joey, she put in multiple ones because she didn't know if they were taking in or not.
Oh.
She said he's the best dad in the world. Anna Popo, he's a cop.
Oh, nice.
He is a dad with the dog he never wanted, and now they're besties. Then we've got Hattie, who wants to wish her sister Abigail happy birthday. She's turning 15 on Sunday. Enjoys woodworking, laughing, and little things in life. And then Jamie and Bobby want to wish their son RJ a happy birthday on Sunday. He's turning 6, loves reading, space, dinosaurs, and is a trivia wizard.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Here's a question. This one is from Hattie. So Hayden, your hypothetical son, Wally.
Yes.
He's your homeless son.
Yes.
And he's sick. It's winter, and he sits under trash bags on the street trying to keep his hermit crabs warm. Because that's his calling in life, is to help hermit crabs.
I think before we get into this, because Jillian is still here at 11 years old. Hey, Jillian. Real quick, this is not my real son, and I'm not a horrible person. It's designed to illustrate how much I love my daughter, which I'm a girl dad, and how she gets everything in life, and my son would not. I just felt like the need to clarify, so I don't horrify her.
You feel like you need to clarify when they're actually here and you see them face to face, but any other time,
well, I don't know.
Oh yeah, he's the worst.
I know, but then every once in a while, I do clarify it, like even when no one's here, because sometimes people are new coming in and they're like, what's this monster Wally that doesn't like his son?
Well, Wally has a son. He's homeless. He's sick. It's winter, and he's sitting under trash bags on the street trying to keep his hermit crabs warm. All he wants is soup from his dad. Would you bring it to him?
Oh,
Maddie wants to know. Hattie wants to know.
Would I bring him soup? I think it would build character if he came to me, much like the Lord knows what we need, but he asks us to come to us. But then that would show me initiative, because that's my problem. God. He hasn't had a lot of drive or initiative. At that point, if he showed up,
he's gone homeless for his purpose. I would say that shows initiative.
Well, it was misguided. He went the wrong way. And I told him that's not a good business, but he didn't listen. That's where we started with problem one. And then but if he had, and it's cold. If it's not Florida, okay, yeah, Florida. I don't know. It's not that cold in Florida.
Oh my gosh. You'll be fine.
Yeah, you're fine. So,
all right.
Weekend plans. Everyone's got weekend plans. Hey, okay. Now Betty had asked me earlier if I had weekend plans. I don't really have a lot of plans. My weekends, and I don't like that. Like, I usually like having a plan and knowing I'm going to do something, so I look forward to it and I go and do it.
Do you mean by have a plan, do you mean like you want every hour of your weekend taken up by
most
some
of
plans?
them, yeah. Or even if it's like, okay, we're going to watch this show, I like to know that. or if we're going to go to a movie, I like to know, okay, so I'm going to get up, I'm going to play pickleball, we're going to go to a movie, I'm going to work on this thing in my garage for a little bit, and then we'll watch TV together, dinner, goodnight, kind of thing. I like to know my weekend, and lately...
I feel like you have a little bit of control.
Yes, but lately we just haven't had... We've been winging it. We've been winging our weekends, and I don't technically like that because I find you waste time. When you wing it, you spend a lot of time going, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And before you know it, you're like, well, you want to go to Marshall's? And then you end up at Marshall's spending money, so that's always like,
What does Marty want to do?
That's the thing. She can never really tell me. It's challenging.
What do you want to do?
I'm in the same boat. Like, I would want to go do things like that I like doing. Like I would go foiling or I would do this. And she's great about letting me go do it. She never complains about it. But then it's on the weekend. I feel bad taking time away.
You need to spend time with her.
Right.
But then she won't tell you what
she wants to do.
What if she just wants to spend time with you?
I'm not that great, honestly. Like,
I'll admit that.
Yeah, see, like find a better hobby, find better friends. No, so like I'm gonna go do something today after work. Which I will enjoy doing, and so then that will free me up. But we might do. We have A-list still, so we might go see a movie. I think will probably be where we end up. I think so. Yeah, are you seeing that today?
I do want to see that today.
Okay, yeah. So Gavin, that brings us to you.
Yeah, I'll try and go see that. Hopefully catch a skunk because I've got traps in the backyard that I look.
But
out.
You didn't set them though, right?
No, I called a company.
Attaboy.
That I had come out, put them out there. So every day I go and I check. And it's been up since...
And nothing?
Yesterday. It's only been up since yesterday.
Okay.
And so I keep texting my mother-in-law who's visiting. I'm like, see anything?
Gavin's
so he's
kind
getting
heart.
his mother-in-law to go check it out instead of him.
But what's going to happen? You're going to get that thing. It's going to be trapped. Gavin's heart is going to break. And he's going to see that little skunk in the thing. And he's like, oh, and then it's so sad. Yeah, and he's going to try to let it out and free it. And then he's going to get sprayed.
I would do... like unspeakable things if I physically caught the skunk. So
is there any kind of food in there?
I don't actually know. There's supposed to be bait.
You don't
know
go
if
out
it's
there
food.
and look at it?
No.
Well, if there's nothing in there, you can go and look at it safely. And
You're right. But what if it's around the corner or something? Like
what if it's watching me?
It's trying to trap me.
Yeah.
So that's my main hope is that I see a little white and black furry animal who can safely then be removed because it's a humane removal company.
Okay.
So
well, there you go. That's nice of you, Betty Lou.
So today I am going to Kitty Hall.
You are nice.
It is where they bring a bunch of adoptable kittens to City Hall, and they let you just play with them. So I'm going over there. 2 years ago I went by myself, but this year I'm going with a friend of mine and her little girl. She's 6, and she is a huge cat fan. She can't have them because her dad's allergic, but she doesn't know it yet. We're going to surprise her, but we're meeting down there and going to go to Kitty Hall, which will be a lot of fun.
That will be good.
Then I helped out with VBS at my church all this past week. So
she's going to take a week off church.
So tonight I am looking forward to doing absolutely nothing. Yep. I will sit there and in silence by myself.
Watch murder mysteries.
Yes, and I will be happy. And then tomorrow I'm going to an intro class for Pilates with 2 friends of mine that want to try it for the first time. So I'm going to go with them so we can all try it together, even though I know
you've already done
all the membership. But I'm going to go and do that, and then we'll probably go and grab some food afterwards.
Go undo all your Pilates.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Sunday, I have to help with the babies, so I will be there.
Oh, I did forget tomorrow's cheat day on my diet. So, yeah.
Cheat it up.
That's something you're looking forward to. Why are you complaining?
Is. Well, no, it is, but I look forward to it. But then I find every Saturday now, like we talk about going and cheating, like having our cheat day and what are we going to eat? What are we going to eat? We talk about it all week long. We get to Saturday and we're literally like, I don't know, maybe not. Maybe I don't want to. Because if you start having success and you don't want to undo it, and we end up not going crazy, we end up having like one decent meal and then the other one's still not. So it's good, but then it's not like, cheat day. But I might make fudge. Do you guys like the fudge? You don't like it, the fudge I make?
I don't really have that hard of a sweet tooth like you do.
I know. Okay, but then I won't bring you any. I might have to just eat it all myself.
You should eat it all yourself.
I'll eat it all
You
Saturday.
deserve it.
All right. Well, I think that's going to have to do it for our Aftercast for today. And as always, thanks for being a potty.
Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.